Hello, hello. Can someone hear me? Hello. Cool. Wait. The game have no sound. Is it laggy at all, Renee? Like I'm walking right now. Figure out. Huh. Okay, so the game doesn't have sound. Okay, so the problem is we can't hear the game, but we can hear you. I mean me. I need to troubleshoot that later. But how's the streaming quality? Is it high quality? Is it laggy? Is it pixelated? Do you guys have motion sickness when I move? Great. Awesome. I am very glad. Alright, here we are at the Red Square. We have 2 viewers. Hi Tamara, hi Renee. Thank you for coming to my tour. Just for you guys. Welcome to the beautiful University of Washington. We are almost around dog days. I think it starts tomorrow. And we'll have some streaming events like this starting this Friday. Yeah, and how does it feel like when we're back on campus, but virtually? I think somebody just teleported me. Let me get back there. Alright, we're back in Red Square. It's kind of weird when I'm doing a tour where I can't hear anything. Like, I can't hear parents asking me questions. I can't hear kids mumbling because their parents make them to ask questions, but they don't want to. Oh, look at that. That's a huge husky. No, Tamara, I don't think I can hear you unless we do a Zoom call. Like, I can stream the game and the Zoom at the same time. And there could be a student panel, I guess. What is that? I have no idea what is that, but it looks very cool. And we have some animals here. Hi, little guy. You're all tied up. Where's your owner? Are you a fox or a coyote? I don't really know. Yeah, I think for live tours, we'll just expect viewers and students to ask questions in the live chat. Maybe before I begin, I can have a small presentation about what does this tour include. Maybe we'll have like 45 minutes to walk around campus, talk about student life and stories about UW, and during the live stream you can ask any question that you want, and me and other tour guides in the chat will help answer your question as fast as we can. Wow, look at these booths. I feel like when we're on campus, there were never so many booths out there at one time. I guess this is the RSO fair. Did you guys see any clubs that you want to join? Ooh, the Daily. I was actually a photographer at the Daily freshman year. It was really fun. Tamara just asked me if I can have multiple guys on camera at a time. I think that would have to be in a Zoom call because my camera is just in my office right on top of the computer that I'm streaming from. I tried to get some tour guides on board, but only Renee reached out to me. But I think we can do like a 2-host tour. Wait, Renee, are you interested in joining a Zoom call and try it out right now? I will send you the link. Oh, it seems like I can't use the same. Oh, hi Renee, welcome to Zoom, but I can use the same camera for both Zoom and...
Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi. Yes, I can hear you.
Great. Do you hear me through Zoom or YouTube?
Both. There's like really weird feedback because I have both open. So I'm trying to like.
Okay. Let me remove. Yeah, I don't know how this will work. Delete this.
Do you think you could screen share and then I wouldn't have to log on to the YouTube?
Yeah. Wait, then that's too many. It's too many layers of technology. Wait, do you hear me? Oh shit.
Yes.
Oh, you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
From what? From Zoom?
Zoom and the live stream.
Oh, okay. I guess. Okay. This is so wrong. I've never done this before. So I'm trying to see if I can stream both Zoom and the game at the same time. So it's like 2 screens.
I put the live stream on pause because I can hear like my voice from there and on Zoom. But right now I'm just hearing you from Zoom.
Cool. Do you see a black rectangle on top?
Of what?
Of this. Okay. I put a small rectangle, which is supposed to be Zoom, on the live stream, but it's just all black for some reason.
A black rectangle on Zoom?
No, it's Zoom on the live stream.
Oh. on the YouTube?
Yeah. But it's not showing up.
I don't see anything.
Okay. You might. I'm gonna stop streaming and start again. I'm back. Can you hear me again?
Yes.
Okay, so I put the Zoom window up there, but you're all white. I don't think Zoom will work.
Okay. Well, what you could always do is kind of like platform too. You could just have like if you can't have more than one tour guide, you could just like have another tour guide in the chat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's what we're gonna have to do. But it's nice to see two faces and listen to two people talking rather than just listen to me mumbling. I mean, I'm gonna have to give a tour for sure. But for this session.
Yeah.
Alright, let me get rid of the Zoom that's problematic. And I'm back. Cool. Alright. But it's good to hear you, Renee.
It's good to hear you too.
I don't think. Well, okay, Tamara, can you hear Renee from my computer? Oh, actually, she can hear you.
Oh, hi, Tamara. Awesome. Well, you could do that too.
Yeah. You just be.
That picture.
Yeah. People will be curious what you look like. Oh, Tamara, she can't see our chat because she's on Zoom with me. Tamara says hi.
Oh, hello, Tamara.
Yeah, and we can sort of pretend to have a tour right now. I mean, we're gonna need to have a tour soon.
The only thing is that if you do the live stream, I get really bad feedback.
Oh.
That's the only thing.
I see. Well, what if? Oh, you want me to screen share, right? For
yeah,
you, so you can see.
So I can see. Maybe that would work.
Yeah, let's try that.
So then I don't have to watch the stream from.
Yeah. Do you see now?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, let's get back to the game. And Renee. Alright, hello everybody. My name is Jess, and this is my partner Renee. She can't show up because she's a mysterious character today, but she likes to say hi to everybody.
Hello.
We're both campus tour guides, and today I'd like to give you a tour of our beautiful campus on Minecraft. And let's see where we are. Wow, Renee, do you remember this place? What is this?
Oh, it looks like Red Square.
Oh, really? It was always so empty when we were on campus.
Oh, it's busy and full of clubs.
Wow.
There are so many clubs at the university, and once a year we have a club fair or an RSO fair, and you can see all of the different organizations on campus, and you can see, you can choose from so many. There's so many to pick from.
And we have some wildlife on campus too, I guess. I'm just a frog or green penguin. I don't know, it's a creative creature. Yeah, Renee, are you in any of the RSOs on campus right now?
I actually started my own RSO virtually this year. It's called UW Pen Pals. It's a mailing service where we match people and give one another a pen pal, and so then you're going to write to this pen pal over time. and also our club wanted to raise money for the UPS system because they're going through budget cuts right now. So that's a club that I recently started, what I'm a part of, and I'm a part of other clubs such as the water canoeing club. But right now we're not doing anything because of COVID-19. But yeah, those are some things I'm a part of.
That's cool. For me, I joined lots of clubs when I first came to UW as a freshman 4 years ago. I remember one of my favorite clubs my freshman year was Unleashed a Cappella. I never thought I would be singing in any scenario because I wasn't good at all, but they took me anyways. It was such a great journey, just learning what is it like to sing in a choir, and also have lots of retreats and just bonding with. Wait, Tamara has some feedback. Oh, Renee, you might need to speak louder.
Okay, I'll hold the mic closer to me now.
What about now, Tamara? Better? Oh, there's a slight echo. I think it's because her voice. Oh, keep talking, Renee. Keep talking.
I'll keep talking. Hello. I can talk about Husky Marching Band.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm in Husky Marching Band. Right now, we're not doing anything because of COVID-19. But hopefully, with the football team is about to announce something about doing games again on Halloween. And so if we end up playing on Halloween, then Husky Marching Band will be doing things. So that's kind of exciting, but also kind of scary because being around people at this time is not the best idea. But hopefully that will work out. Today, later today, I have a meeting at 7, and it's called Family Night. And so it's a day that they talk about Husky Marching Band history. And so I'm speaking at that today, so that'll be fun. I get to talk to freshmen about what it's like being a third year and being a second year in band. But I really like Husky Marching Band because you get to meet a lot of people who are in different majors, and you get to meet people who are in different clubs. And it's a very fun group to be a part of, and one of my favorite things about the University of Washington as a whole. Yeah, is that good?
We actually got a question from our crowd. Tamara asked if the Pac-12 game restarts, how does that affect the band?
So if the Pac-12 ends up playing for football, then Husky Marching Band will be doing things. We will be playing in the stadium / maybe traveling. I don't think we'll be traveling, but since we are under the athletic department, there's like this agreement that if the Husky football team plays, then we'll play, and then they'll just like socially distance play, like within the marching band. I don't really know what that looks like yet, but I'm getting more answers today on what that looks like.
Cool.
So we'll see what that.
And here we are on the beautiful quad. Quad is short for the name Liberal Arts Quadrangle, but the name is too long, so we just call it quad. Okay, we got a question. Is the sky always blue? No, it gets really dark when it's at night. And when the smoke comes to Seattle again, I think the server will get smoky. And maybe in wintertime it will look really cloudy. But let's Just make it blue now. Because we don't have much more days of blue skies in Seattle. It's kind of sad.
Are the cherry trees? Are they always cherry trees?
Yeah, I think so. Wait, I don't know. You need to ask the people who build the server if they just make the pink green in summer. Oh, what is this? Oh, somebody teleported me to the tutorial. I need to tell them not to teleport me. Oh, I'm back. Okay, I think who teleported me. Great. I just talked to the Minecraft team and they said the cherry blossom will be taken down for Halloween.
Oh, spooky.
Yeah, so as you can see, the quad, because of how beautiful it is and there's lots of grass, the dogs, which is us, will love to spend lots of time on it, especially during spring and summer when it's really sunny and warm and breezy and nice outside. If you walk on campus during the cherry blossom peak seasons, you will see a lot of students playing spike balls, playing frisbees, having sunbath, walking their dogs on the quad. But due to COVID, I didn't see much happening this year, but in previous years, it was one of my favorite things to do when it's nice outside. Just to bring a book out and spend 3 hours-ish on the quad and enjoy my life. And the name quad is called Liberal Arts Quadrangle is also because the buildings around the quad are dedicated to liberal arts majors like philosophy, sociology, and childhood and family studies, and as well as music and art. I myself am a design major, and I spend a lot of time in the art building. If you ever come to campus, have a chance to go into the art building, it's a very confusing building, but there are lots of interesting student artwork hanging on the wall in the hallways. It's definitely worth to check out.
There's also a cafe in the basement.
Yes, Parnassus.
Very nice place to go to when you want to study break and you want to avoid long coffee lines in Suzzallo.
Yep, and they have 2 sketchbooks. So when people are waiting for their coffee, they just doodle.
You can just draw on it.
Yeah.
I drew in it in the summer when I took a art class.
Nice.
I would get coffee every time I went to class.
What's your favorite coffee?
My favorite kind of coffee? It depends on the season for me. Right now, I like a hazelnut cappuccino. But I'm a big fan of cappuccinos. I like dark coffee. I don't really like sweetener in my coffee that much. I'm more of a tea person.
Same. Okay, there are portals. I need to avoid them when I walk. Do I just walk back and go back? Oh, yeah, I'm back. Yeah, I'm more a tea person. I really like chai. And Parnassus is really good sweet chai.
I love chai. My favorite place to get chai is probably Cafe Allegro.
Oh, on the Ave? It's cool.
Or Tea Republic.
I usually get it from Trader Joe's. Just have chai tea latte. Powder. Yeah, and now we're turning left from the middle of the quad, and that will lead us to the oldest building on campus, Danny Hall. Renee, have you heard of the story about the bell on top of Danny Hall? I heard some rumors about it.
Oh, well, the story about the bell and Danny Hall on top, it's, I have to remember this story, but basically this bell is very old, and I usually don't tell this story on my tours, but I know the joke that I say on this bell is that it had, it came back to my head. I remember the joke. So the bell rings twice a year, correct?
Mhm.
once at commencement, and then once at graduation or on the founding day.
I guess so. I remember something about homecoming.
Homecoming, and commencement. And this bell has, I say that this bell has traveled more than the average UW student. That it has gone all the way around down the coast, the Atlantic, and then all the way down South America and all the way up. And it has just traveled more than the average UW student. I usually at this stop I usually tell the Arthur Denny story.
What's the story?
Well, Arthur Denny, it's like my intro to talking about history.
Mm-hmm.
I say originally the University of Washington was located in downtown Seattle, and so he then wanted to move the university up north, and so then he came up here north of Seattle, and all there were was trees and not a lot of things going on, and so he stuck his umbrella into the ground and said, here's where I would have the University of Washington. And so then this building right here, Denny Hall, is the oldest building on campus, and so it's expanded, and now there are more acres than there are in Disneyland. It's larger than Disneyland, California. And you can see how it has expanded from one tiny building to a large building, to many different buildings on campus.
Yeah, the campus is still expanding. Every time I pass by, there are new buildings being built, new dorms coming up every year. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, they're building something new next to Foster.
Oh yeah, what is it called? I don't remember.
It's like Founders Hall. That's what it's called. It's like in between the art building and the Foster area.
Yeah, let's see if we can go into Savory and have some classroom experience. I don't know if they built the inside of Savory yet. That's what we used to do. We used to take our tours into Savory Hall, the basement level. Okay, I don't think. Oh, I got in. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Oh. Right, we can pretend there are classrooms here. I guess not. Alright, I need to get out. But it's pretty cool. Where's the door? Hey. Alright, let's go to Memorial Way.
Have you been on campus at all recently?
Not at all.
I live near campus, and so I went on a run yesterday, and it was very pretty.
Oh, I bet.
I ran by Denny, and I was like, oh, this is...
Are the trees starting to be yellow and red?
Not yet so much. Some things are starting to turn yellow, but mainly everything is still green.
Okay.
And leaves are falling. There's definitely leaves on the ground though.
It's cool. One of my favorite things in fall to do on campus is I will just walk around and collect fallen leaves in various colors, and then I will go to Odegaard to get the thickest book ever, and then I will put kitchen towel between the pages, and then to dry all the leaves, and a month later they'll be all dry and crisp, and then I will hang them up on my wall, so I have a collection of fall.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, I might do it again this year because there's not much to do. I just been walking my dog every day, and that was all my exercise. Yeah, so now we're at Memorial Way. Wow, you can see what's this building's name? The administration, whatever, public administration building. What is it called?
It's the second oldest building on campus.
Yeah, they're still remodeling it. I forgot a name. Start with a P, I remember. Parrington? No. It doesn't matter. It's not North Stop. All right, everybody. Now we're in the beautiful Memorial Way. At this stop, it's Parrington. Okay. At this stop, we would like to talk about being in Seattle. So as a UW students, you're not just bound to the size of campus. You have the whole city right at your door. And living in Seattle has lots of perks. For example, one of mine and Renee's favorite thing is to go hiking and doing outdoor stuff. Right, Renee?
Yes, I love the outdoors.
Tell us about the outdoor in Pacific Northwest. Renee?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
I was like, tell us about what you love about outdoor scene in Pacific Northwest.
I like that the weather changes. You have my fan dropped on my foot.
It's okay.
I like how the weather changes and varies. Like, for example, in Seattle recently, a couple days ago, it was pretty sunny, and now it's raining. So you never know what to expect. So check your weather apps. But I do like how that, just like you said earlier, we're pretty close to lots of hiking areas and outdoor areas, and so it's really a perfect place to go if you like hiking. Especially, I went hiking the other day to Rattlesnake Ridge, which was pretty close. And so there's a lot to explore, especially, and not only hiking, but going on campus too is always a great time to spend some time outdoors. Taking advantage of that, especially right now during COVID-19, where you can't go meet up with other people. Being on campus, if you want to just bring out your computer, it's a perfect place and space to get some work done, and you want to be outside, something I've found to do these past couple of days especially.
Yeah. And another really great thing about living in Seattle is home to lots of really awesome Fortune 500 companies like Amazon, Boeing, Starbucks, and they recruit lots of UW students every year. So being here will get you closer to your dream company. And they always have lots of career fair on campus, and the alumni resources is also really awesome. All right, on my right is one of my favorite libraries, Odegaard Library. I love it because I can stay here overnight if I want. Oh wow, there's a line of people. Look at that.
Are you getting free shirts?
I guess so. I've been there. I think these are fake people and they're just standing here. I think we're going to Odegaard.
Are they social distancing? Are they?
We gotta measure it
apart.
Are they wearing masks?
I don't know.
Oh, Tamara asked, what's the line for? So usually they're like Alaska Airlines sending free t-shirt, and they have like huge stampers. They will stamp like a husky head on it before they hand the shirt to you. And they also hand out tote bags in the past. I've had tote bags with a husky head on it before. The line was really long.
I've gotten beanies and hats before.
That's funny.
Shirts.
All right, now we're inside of Odegaard. So there are several things that I really love about this library. First is I'm an international student, so when I first arrived at UW, I wasn't used to writing papers all the time in English. So when I don't feel that confident, I would bring my draft with me to the Odegaard Writing Center, and they have awesome tutors that will help you even from brainstorming the topic and how you want to write around it, and to edit it word by word with you. And they also teach you how to edit it on your own. And there's also lots of group study area booths. I love to come here when it's for a team projects, and just surrounded by other hardworking students will make you work harder. Yeah. And on the second floor, I think the second floor is probably my favorite floor of Odegaard. There are lots of huge computers, and some of them have a lot of creative tools, especially for designers to do homework and do some work. Like for the dual monitor area on my left, they all have Adobe Creative Suite, which if you buy it yourself, you have to pay $240 a year, but you can use them here for free with your NetID, which is your UW ID. And this is actually another favorite part of Odegaard, because they have, this is the trendy book area where they put all their newest collection here and the popular ones. And every week I found myself coming here, standing in front of the bookshelves, looking left to right, up and down for about half an hour and grab something that attracts me and bring home to read. Do you have, Renee, do you have some stories with the libraries? Maybe you can go to a library of your favorite.
Specifically this library or any library?
Any library. We can teleport ourselves to the library.
I personally really like law library. I really like going there because of the large desk, but can't we go to the law library?
We're in the law library now.
I absolutely love law library. I usually go to the basement because the first floor is exclusively for law students. And down the road, eventually I want to go to law school, so it's kind of a inspiration building for me.
Cool.
But I really do like the sunroofs that they have in there because you can get a lot of natural lighting.
Yeah.
And especially when you live in Seattle, sometimes it can get really gloomy when you're indoors all day. And so getting that natural sunlight while you're studying really motivates me and helps me. Especially, and I'm a big fan of the large desks. Like I said, I don't really like to be crammed into a tiny space, and it is a quiet library, so there isn't a lot of talking going on, so it's a perfect place if I want to study for finals or anything like that. And it's also close to the Ave, and on the Ave is basically a street where students and anyone can go get food. There's lots of restaurants, there's coffee places, so it's pretty close by to that, so I can go get a cup of coffee from the Ave, and then I'll walk here, and it's also closer to where I live. And this is where I like to study, specifically if I need some time alone and some quiet time, and I also won't run into a lot of people I know here, so it'll be a good I will wear sweats and and a sweatshirt, kind of lazy attire, and I won't run into anyone. But my other favorite library, if I'm on campus and I'm going between classes, is Allen Library. I really like Allen Library. It's connected to Suzzallo. Suzzallo has the Starbucks coffee, so if I need coffee, I'll just go to the Starbucks in there. But my favorite thing about Allen is also the large desks. I'm a big fan of large desks because I take
the research common?
Yes, I like going to the research. I usually go upstairs, but when I was a STEM major, I really liked the research common area because of all the whiteboards. The whiteboards were, they are amazing because you can write everything. That's how I would study. I would write everything on a whiteboard. And it's
Yeah.
a really good area if you want to practice delivering speeches, or if you want to practice presenting. My study group and I, what we would do, we would present what we knew about a certain topic, or we would present a certain problem, and then we would do it on the whiteboard. And so it's a very engaging space, and that's what I like about Allen, that you have different levels and different spaces that can accommodate to what you need to study and what you need to practice. So like I said, the common area, the research area, is great for groups. I personally like coming here. And then if I need some time to like do things on my own, I'll go upstairs to the second or third floor. I always find that there's open desks all the time, and also they have large windows. Like I said, big fan of sunlight. So I'll usually go on the second or third floor to study if I need to. But yeah, Allen Library and Law Library are my favorite libraries. And then Suzzallo is beautiful too.
Yeah, we'll definitely go in there after this important stop that we both love. Alright guys, here we're at let me go into the sky. How am I not flying? Okay, I'm having trouble flying. I keep hitting spacebar, but I'm not flying. We'll fix that later. So we are at a really important monument on campus. There aren't that many in total anyways, but this one definitely worth your time to listen to the story. So here we are at the blocked out monument. There are 3 components to the monument. I cannot fly for some reason. Never mind. So there is a concrete block on the left, and some weird shaped grass in the middle, and then another weird shaped bench made of stones on the right. What does all of this make sense to, and what do they mean? So if you look at it from okay, somebody's moving me, great. If you look at it from a bird's eye view, the block represent their footprints on the block. Wow, the lighting just changed. We just went from night to day. Impressive. So the block will shoot out voices of student body on campus, and the voices, which is represented by the ripple of grass, and it will be conveyed to the ear of the school administration. So it means anyone on campus can have their voice heard by the school. This monument was created in an art class in 2005. 2 students of color came up with the idea and made it happen. And it became a really important representation of diversity on campus. Renee, do you want to talk about all those great resources about diversity on campus?
Yes, I would love to. So as a first generation student and a student of color, my parents, they didn't go to college. So I'm the first person in my family to go to college. And so one thing that especially drew my attention to the University of Washington was all these resources that they had. For example, Office of Minority Affairs, which is located in Mary Gates Hall. Office of Minority Affairs, OMAD, helps and advises students of color and minority groups. And so my freshman year, I was paired with an advisor. And so throughout my time here, I've gone in and asked for help, whether if it's me asking about classes and asking about scholarships. They're there for extra advising and extra help. And I'm very fortunate and I'm very happy that UW recognizes that and has that resource for students of color. And so through OMAD, there are different organizations. For example, there is the Multicultural House, which is in West Campus. And so in that place, different minority groups can meet up. For example, I'm part of a club called Unidas, and Unidas is a Latin women's group, and so we meet in that building, and then we talk about culture and what it means to be a Latina woman on campus. And so there's other groups and organizations pertaining to different cultures that are also use that space. And then there's the Instructional Center, which is also run by OMAD. It's a tutoring center, and then you can go anytime throughout the week. And also they have tutoring sessions online through COVID. So those are some resources. Also, there is the Disability Resource Center, which is also in Mary Gates. Disability goes on a wide spectrum, and not only physical. People can get help if they're struggling with a learning disability or a physical disability, and so we have that resource as well. For students who identify with the LGBTQ plus community, we have the Q Center, which is in the Hub, the Husky Union Building. And so students who identify with that group can also get resources from there as well. So something that really, like I said before, drew my attention to the University of Washington is how they pay attention and have all these resources for these different groups. And that makes this space a lot more safe and easier to learn in. And the fact that we have a monument like blocked out whenever I walk by it. I remember when I was on my first tour and someone was explained it to me and what it meant. I really appreciated it as a student of color that we have a university that does pay attention to these things, and we're still learning and still adapting to new things and teaching ourselves. And so that's something that I really like, that UW has all these resources.
Yeah, and UW doesn't just talk about it, we do it by having lots of students from all sorts of background onto campus. So I feel really grateful being surrounded by people from everywhere, like more than 100 countries, and all kinds of different background, and they all think differently, and I'm really happy when somebody disagree with me, because I didn't have a lot of that when I was younger. Is this a missionary stand? I remember there were always missionaries standing here giving out tiny Bibles.
It looks like a bookcase.
Yeah, I'm confused by this. Alright, here we are on Rainier Vista. We have, okay, I guess the render distance is not there. I don't know if we'll be able to see Mount Rainier in this version. I know they built it, but sometimes they hide it.
I can't imagine it.
Wait, let's see if we can teleport us up to Mount Rainier.
If I could, I would do the thing that I do whenever you can't see Mount Rainier. I have the group hold up to they make a triangle.
Yeah, I do that too.
Imagine the mountain here.
Yeah.
The dads always think it's funny.
Yeah. And the kids always just don't care. Yeah, and now we're hiking down Mount Rainier on my bare foot. I would suggest you use a crampon when you do so in real life and get lots of gear and protection. Because this will be a trip you need to prepare a little bit for and rent some gear or buy some gear. And I don't know if you can do it in one day because I haven't done it. But Mount Rainier is the biggest mountain in Washington State. Like on campus you can see it in pretty much lots of places around Seattle, like Bainbridge Island, Tacoma, Bellevue, Mercer Island, you can all see this giant volcano. Probably won't erupt, but we never know. We live in climate change. Let's go back to what is Rainier Vista? Let's go back to Rainier Vista. Woohoo! We're back. So welcome back to the society. This is look at the fountain. What is that? Okay, never mind. All right, so here we're at the Drumheller Fountain. Sometimes you will see a ramp on the side for ducklings and their mom. So we have this nickname STEM Quad for the fountain because the buildings around the fountain are dedicated to STEM majors. Well, personally, I'm not a STEM major, but even before I came to UW and being on campus, I heard so much about our computer science department, our bioengineering department, civil engineering, mechanical engineering, and lots of other science and engineering schools that are doing awesome breakthroughs in science and technology, as well as lots of research funding. Can you guys imagine how much money we got for research every year? Is that 1.3 billion? I don't remember. It's 1 point something billion every single year. Our students are very jealous of that because our building don't even have AC. What is that duck doing there? No idea.
Jealous.
I know. But what is that duck? I'm so curious. I don't know if it's a duck. It's like a bird thing.
However, research isn't only limited to STEM majors. It also applies to any major, basically. With research, once a year they have the research fair, and you can see it's held in Mary Gates. This year it was held online, but you can see all these projects that different students were working on, from undergraduate students to graduate to professors. And so something I always tell people, especially if you want to get involved in research, asking your TA or professor, that's always a good way to start. For example, one of my friends, she's an anthropology major, which isn't considered STEM. However, she did do a research project where she was able to go to somewhere in Washington, she was studying indigenous communities, and so she was able to go and visit these villages and families and get to ask them questions about their culture and their community. And so that was considered research. And then with different research projects, you can get paid, you can get school credit. So like I said, STEM majors are not the only ones who can do research. It also applies to other majors as well. It may be harder to find, but you can definitely be involved with it.
Yeah, and even if you don't get involved in a research project, there are still ways for you to go travel and study at the same time, which is study abroad. That was one of my best experience when I'm in UW. So I also studied anthropology. That was my minor. I did a archaeology field trip my first summer quarter. So what we did is we went to a small island called Mallorca in Spain. It's a beautiful, beautiful island, and all the beaches are so clear. You can see all the sea animals underwater just with your swim goggles. But they're jellyfish. I got stung twice. It was the worst part of the trip, but the rest was really fun. So you might be curious, what is it like to actually do archaeology? I was like you too before I signed up. So I signed up. And then I thought I would be doing things like in the BBC documentaries. But that wasn't all of it. It wasn't in Egypt either. So we went to this small town in Spain where I walked in and everybody was staring at me as if I were the first Asian person they've ever seen in their life, which was probably true. So every day we would spend the morning doing survey and the afternoon doing exhibition and the afternoon spending time in a lab. So survey is not handing out surveys, it's actually packing up your gear, like lots of bags, Sharpies, and a huge GIS device. And then I think we did some illegal stuff. We sort of broke into some farmers' farmland because they wouldn't let us to walk on their property and look for ancient pottery pieces. So we just went anyways and then got kicked out. And that was really fun. But most of the time we do it legally. So we have permission to go on somebody's property, and every 10 steps we have a point, and we will like locate it on our GIS device, and then we'll look down and see if there's any pottery pieces or anything that entail the story of ancient history. And on exhibition day, we would bring our shovels and hammers onto the side. We will break giant rocks into smaller pieces so we can kick them off the hill, and then we'll dig layer by layer, but it's such a nuance to tell the difference between different layers of soil. And then we have to measure the level of it compared to the sea level, and we also drew everything that we dug out on our diary. I think it's called I don't remember, it was a long time ago. Anyways, it was a really fun summer digging in Spain. Had lots of good seafood. My favorite food up till today is paella. It's hard to have authentic ones here. I tried in a restaurant a couple of days ago in West Seattle. It was okay, but not as good as Spain. And I just remember one of the last days I was there, I think the day before I left, I was laying down on a beach where there was no light and there was nobody around me. I was just laying there and my feet are in the water. And then I looked up and it's a dome of stars. It was so beautiful. It was like hundreds of millions of diamonds hanging on a dark velvet fabric, and they're shooting stars so often that I thought, like, I'm having this illusion because I've never seen so many shooting stars before. I made lots of wishes. I don't remember what I wished, but I think a lot of them came true. Because it's been so long.
Nice. I was going to study abroad in Spain, but it got canceled.
Oh no.
Because of COVID-19. I was going to go this spring.
I wish you can go next year.
Yeah, eventually. Hopefully. We'll see.
Yeah, there's so many study abroad programs on campus. I also went to one in the Netherlands. I can share another day. It was also really fun going to all those great art museums and see the paintings you usually see online and in textbooks in person. It was mind-blowing. And the food is really good when you travel. Yeah, I think, it's been an hour. I think, Renee, will you be able to join me for the future tours where we can plan out what we want to talk about every day? Maybe we can have different things to talk about so we don't get bored and our audience can come back, maybe.
Yes. When would you want to do this again?
So our first event is on the 25th. It's this Friday at 4 p.m.
Okay. I can do the 25th at 4 p.m.
So we have 4 in total, and then the next one is the 27th or 28th on Monday, and then the 30th on Wednesday, and the 2nd on next Friday. And I can also see if other tour guides are interested in doing it. We can bring more people. It would be more fun.
Yeah. I can do the 25th and the 28th. I don't know if I can do next week.
It's okay. That's fine.
Would the 28th be at the same time?
Yeah, they're all at 4 p.m.
Okay. I wrote that down and put it in my calendar.
Alright, thank you guys for joining me for the tour, and see you next week.